16th branch of Megamart and Macromart supermarkets in Bahrain has opened in Sahala. The best offers are available to the customers at affordable rates. Everyone is welcome. During and around the opening day, a variety of fish including salmon, meat and dairy products, roastery, frozen items, food and non-food items, groceries, fruits and vegetables, electronics, garments and ready-to-eat food items are available to the customers at affordable rates. Hearty welcome to all. Megamart and Macromart, your favorite shopping destination.
വാട്ടിയ വാഴയിലയിൽ കുത്തരിച്ചോറും പരിപ്പും പപ്പടവും സാമ്പാറും അവിയലും തോരനുമൊക്കെയായി ഒരു പൊതിച്ചോറ് കിട്ടിയാലോ? കൊതിച്ചു നിൽക്കാതെ വരൂ മോനോ ലൗഞ്ച് ആൻഡ് റെസ്റ്റോറന്റിലേക്ക്. സൗത്ത് ഇന്ത്യൻ, ചൈനീസ്, ഗ്രിൽ തുടങ്ങിയ വ്യത്യസ്ത രുചിഭേദങ്ങൾ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ആസ്വദിക്കാം ഫാമിലി ഫസ്റ്റ് ക്ലാസ് റെസ്റ്റോറന്റായ മോനോയിൽ നിന്നും. കൂടാതെ പാർട്ടി ഹാൾ, പ്രൈവറ്റ് പാർക്കിംഗ്, ലൈസൻസ്, ഷീഷ, ലൈവ് മ്യൂസിക് എന്നിവയും ലഭ്യമാണ്. മോനോ ലൗഞ്ച് ആൻഡ് റെസ്റ്റോറന്റ് after Siam Garage, Lulu Dana Mall Road, Burhama. Contact number 7793 4111 3363 4111.
The carpenter's rule, to measure twice if not more, but cut only once, is a motto that Dr. Ravi Warrier, an academician with over 5 decades of experience, lives by. As the principal of Quality Education School in Bahrain, Dr. Warrier has achieved much in his career, having first started as a primary teacher in India and then serving as a senior teacher of mathematics, head of the mathematics department and vice principal of the Indian School Bahrain, one of the largest community schools in the region. For 2 years, he moved to Muscat to head the Indian School Darsaith and has since returned to Bahrain to take the helm at the Quality Education School. With a wealth of experience and a commitment to excellence, Dr. Warrior ensures that every measure is taken when it comes to providing quality education. For the past 13 years, Dr. Warrior has been leading a team of almost 80 teachers at the Quality Education School, a Cambridge international school in the Kingdom. His message to his staff is one of encouragement. Do what you like and like what you do, which is backed by his own life's philosophy of the 3 X's: Yesterday's experience, today's experiment, and tomorrow's expectation. He emphasizes the importance of education in the holistic development of growing children and encourages teachers to take advantage of the opportunities for learning through peer interactions. Dr. Warrior is well loved by his students for his friendly and warm approach. He holds a doctorate in education and 3 masters in mathematics, English, and history. In addition, he is an active member of the Science India Forum in Bahrain. Besides his passion for teaching, Dr. Warrior has a deep interest in guidance and counseling, badminton, and music. He and his wife, who is also a teacher, have a daughter and are originally from Kerala but have settled in Bangalore. Joining us tonight on Success Statements, a show which features people who make a difference from BMC Global Life, it is Dr. Ravi Warrior, Principal, Quality Education School. A person who needs no introduction in Bahrain. An academician with a proven track record spanning 5 decades. Joining me tonight on Success Statements from BMC Global Live, it is Dr. Ravi Warrior, Principal, the Quality Education School. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for joining us, especially this is the second episode during the holy month, Ramadan Kareem, to all of you and to you too, sir.
It's my pleasure.
5 decades of being a teacher. Let me begin with this question. How do you feel being a teacher all your life?
I'm really overwhelmed with a lot of happiness in my mind, heart, everywhere. I had been in this field with my passion. I never wanted to become any other person in my life. Teacher, that was it. A role model, a maths teacher who taught me grade 8, 9 and 10. His face is still in my mind. He's no more. God bless.
What is his name, sir?
Mr. Baby Abraham.
Back home?
Yeah,
Okay.
back home in Kerala, where I stayed in Punalur, Chemandur High School. He taught me 8, 9, 10 grade mathematics. There I started my journey.
So that it was at that time that you took a decision that you wanted to be a teacher?
Yes, yeah, and nothing else.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's interesting. Do you remember something specific which drew your attention to that personality?
That person, Mr. Baby Abraham, the kind of teaching methodology back in those years, which he has adopted, he was not our teacher, he was a friend.
Okay.
He used to come and play with us basketball. He used to be partying with us, going to the restaurants. Can you imagine at that particular
time, yes.
year, a person, a teacher, who is always kept at a pedestal, and then you look upon him with due respect and lot of, you can't go near him, but he was not that kind of a person. He was so friendly, and we had a group of about 7, 8 students of his favorite ones. I was one among them, I'm happy to say that. And that attracted her. And the subjects, thorough and simple methodology he used to do it. He used to put forward. And I passed out grade 10 from that particular school with 3rd in the school in mathematics, not in total. And all other subjects I couldn't score more than 60, 65 those days. But this was 81, I still remember, in my first grade, the highest grade in mathematics. Then onwards I started. Getting this grade, it's only because of him.
Okay.
And nothing else, because his methodology of teaching was superb, which nowadays every educationist promotes that. Be friendly with the children, you get the maximum out of them. The same methodology which he used to do it. So I can never forget that.
Interesting, because it's nothing unusual to have a favorite teacher in school. Nothing again unusual to have a role model in life. But then picking up a trait in him and following those footsteps and deciding to be a teacher like him, and knowing you in person as a teacher, you used to be my senior while during that tenure of teaching career of mine. I've always seen you very friendly with children and your colleagues. And now I know where you picked it from. And do you think that proved a success formula in your life?
Definitely yes. Definitely yes. Because the children, they expect a kind of love and affection first. Then they start learning. So if you keep a distance and then punish them and keeping a long distance from them is a mistake which we are doing it. Because some of them, we have lots of Bahrainis with broken families. The children are with us, so they expect something from the school, from the teacher, which they are not getting at home. So when we start giving them, we start being friendly with them and then convey the message in such a way that they know that study part we are serious, but we are friendly. We are not keeping a distance. So once they understand this one, the minds of the particularity, we have a few teachers who are very close to the children. We can see them always, and the children always come whenever they are free. Teacher, ma'am, give me 5 minutes free. Last 5 minutes, can we be free? Such kind of a dialogue, when you hear, you're really happy with them.
Oh yeah, things have changed. We now have children and teachers connected on WhatsApp groups, isn't it? Gone are those days. But you were talking of a time when nothing of this was. At that time when you had a teacher, you're really lucky. You're really lucky. And so you have been with the Indian school to begin with in the Bahrain career for
24 years.
Almost 24 years. And then you moved to Muscat.
Indian school, Muscat.
For 2 years. And now you're with the quality education school. So you have a great expertise, a vast expertise, I would say, in the scenario of Bahrain's education system, especially with the community school like Indian school, and also an expatriate school like the quality school. How do you look at the change from that time to now, like spanning 40 years now, isn't it? Yeah.
So when I came back in 1983, December, it's almost 4 decades, I could see very few number of schools in Bahrain, the government schools and private schools. Today, the number of private schools and government schools have gone very high in number. And the facilities, last year I had a chance to visit a few government schools. Usually we have the notion that the government schools, the standard is low and the facilities are less. I do not agree with that. The facilities which government, the rulers have given for these government schools, 21st century skills you can easily develop. Any child who gets in, because a lot of facilities, updated version, you can see in government school. And the teachers who are recruited, the youngsters, even Bahrainis, and you remember earlier, a lot of Asians, Indians used to be the teachers for mathematics and English in government school. That's not true now. You have all Bahrainis, but they have all studied in University of Bahrain or outside, but they are experts in that. Some of the teachers of government schools are my parents. So I get a lot of information from them, the kind of format which they follow, they bring it back. I ask them to share with my teachers. This is the advancement. Not only that, private schools, American curriculum, British curriculum, Sri Lankan curriculum, so many Indian, and lots you can see. They have a choice. And when I joined Indian school, we had about 6,000 students, total strength, out of which 1,000 were Bahrainis. And why they have come there? Because now, today, I can say that many of those who have studied there in Indian school those years, they are all working in banks and ministries and everywhere. They completed the grade 12 with the Indian syllabus, went to Pune, Bombay, Bangalore, all these places, graduated and came back here. So what I mean is they have a lot of choices with American curriculum, British curriculum, Indian these. Why they are coming to? Because they have a target. The notion among the Bahraini parents have changed completely. Those days, many children We used to see them roaming about in the streets. They don't complete their education. That was a scenario which we used to see. But now it is not. Every parent wants the child to grow in the right direction with education. The importance of education is given to them by the parents. And I appreciate the rulers also to promote this. And in Bahrain, if the education has come up, that is mainly because of the inspiration given by the rulers.
Definitely.
They have started so many schools, even recently one in Hamad town they inaugurated, government school for boys. This is a scene which we see.
And in fact, Bahrain is among the pioneers, even in the region, to have come up with the concept of even education for girls, for that matter. And yes, we really need to salute the leadership for the number of schools that we have. Choices are ample. And I also agree with you on the government school facilities. They are top notch if you go to a government school.
Really good.
All we need is to put our children there to get the best. And indeed, it's great to hear that Bahrainis themselves are teaching in the government schools. That's also, all this resounds the growth of a country, the progress of a country. It's not just always in terms of economy that we measure the growth of a country. And you truly took us through that picture. Great to hear that, sir. Tell us about your experience with the Indian School Bahrain. Indian School Bahrain has, you rightly mentioned, from thousands to over 10,000, I think close to 15,000, the today's strength stands at that number. And also the school has seen a lot of developments, isn't it? Take us through that journey, sir.
When I came, I could see, as I mentioned earlier, around 6,000 students, and we were having about 3 buildings. Now it's about 5-6 buildings around in the same campus. And
2 campuses, right?
2 campuses, and one in Rifa and one here. So the primary section in Rifa, that itself from KG to grade 3, it's full. Yeah, it's a huge campus. The growth is mainly because of the population who are coming in. There's a high demand for education sector in the CBSE level, and they prefer the oldest and finest. That's what they say. But the youngsters who are coming in from India, they know about Indian school. There are quite a few other Indian schools which have come up, but they have a limitation. They cannot go beyond that strength. But here, anyone who is coming in, first register with the Indian school and then go on with that. The education sector, CBSE, now as you know, Modi's government is changing the system of education to advanced level. Now all these the teachers in Indian school, they are getting updated by that system, and they are trying to bring in better education in the CBSE level. So which the news has spread around. So when they don't get in Indian school, they'll seek admissions in other schools. That's what I have seen that. And from lower level, so when we were in the senior level, teaching in the senior level, I was the vice principal for the middle school for some time, and then taking up academics and activities, and lot of activities happen. This is one main attraction with the Indian school, unlike the other schools. Youth festivals and plenty. Every aspect, every talent of a child is developed very well because of these activities. And every child is given a chance to show their talent and grow up with that. So when they have all these amenities for the activities and academics side by side when it grows, naturally the parents will prefer that. Yes. These days the academics alone will not work.
It's holistic education.
That kind of an education, when it comes to speaking, art, music, academics, all these together, that's a good journey for them in their life. Yeah. This is what is happening in Indian school. Now, it has come to that point that, yeah, I need Indian school for my child because of these.
So that is Dr. Ravi Warrier, Principal, Quality Education School, with us tonight on Success Statements, a show which features people who make a difference from BMC Global Live. Let's take a short break. Welcome back to Success Statements from BMC Global Live, and with me tonight is Dr. Ravi Warrier. Sir, coming to your current position, you are the principal of the Quality Education School, a school which has made its address, an address of its own again in this, the map that we just discussed about Bahrain's education system. Tell us about the school a little more, sir. What curriculum does it follow?
We follow the Cambridge curriculum.
Okay.
The last 13 years, I'm with the school. When I came, the strength was around 200 something in one branch in the Kanu Garden area. So I had come from Muscat once or twice to meet the management to discuss with that, because when they have offered me a job, so I wanted to see the school and then know about the school much. Then immediately I said, we are not going to grow in this particular campus because the growth will be shunted, limited there because of the amenities and the space around. And they were all dilapidated buildings, I mean the villas, which needed a lot of maintenance and things like that. So the impression of the school was not proper. So they looked forward and they got this in Makaba campus, about 8 villas, renovated and then started. When I came, I landed in that,
The Makaba campus.
the new area. Then I said, part by part, let us shift there. And then we started growing in that. The name of the school has been in public from Makaba. Till then, it was not heard properly. And then we got the approval from Ministry of Education up to grade 12, A-level and IGCSE. And today it stands at 700 as the strength. The reason behind the recruitment of the staff, well qualified, and then the teaching curriculum and the facilities like labs and playgrounds and everything. I'm not very happy even now because I'm looking forward for something better, which our management has already agreed. And we will be moving within about 2 years to a very big campus with 1,500 students expected, with a huge playground football field and a multipurpose hall and 2 labs and things like that. So the advertisement for this will start sooner, but at the moment, I'm so happy to hear that we will be shifting to that one. But here, because we have got a very good name in the academic field, because I, with my vice principal and head teachers for 3 sections, primary, kindergarten and senior, we are strong enough to promote academic growth among the children with lots of activities. We get into the society, we move to the society, be with them, doing a lot of charity work, and then developing the different talents among the children within the school campus. Recently, we had conducted a school fest. In that the parents, children and the staff were involved. They brought, they made, they sold, they had entertainment programs, everything for about 4-5 hours in the morning on a Saturday. And it's a complete thorough enjoyment. And my purpose behind this was interaction among teachers, parents and the students. And that is most important for the proper growth, because parents have to be on our side to understand that, yes, there are some repercussions from a few parents that is expected in the society.
That's natural.
Otherwise, majority of them are with us. And they know that we are going to grow and go into a bigger school then. Maximum 95% of our students are Bahrainis. I'm very happy with them. Unlike, you have a feeling that there will be a discipline problem. I should say, touch wood, last 13 years, I did not have any major discipline problem in our school. The Ministry of Education did not ask even a single question so far. I want to continue that way with our students. A few cases which come up, I directly deal with them. Some of the boys, teenage boys of grade 8 and 9, but that's not a major one. They understand and then we grow. Parents do understand that. That's about that. The growth part of it, we have a lot of demand. I've kept nearly 50, 60 odd students in the waiting list for the admission for the next academic year starting from September. In this, I should say, when I mentioned about this academic growth, Recently, Cambridge authorities have felicitated one of my students, Miss Masuma, who has scored 200 out of 200 in my subject mathematics, and she is declared as the world topper for last year's board exam in mathematics. This is a great achievement for. We felicitated her. We are going to felicitate more in that. And she had been a good academic winner.
What is her
through-
full name, sir?
Masuma. I'll get you the full name
Okay,
because
right.
Masuma. First name is Masuma.
I just wanted to give a shout out to Masuma out there, not only for this achievement, Masuma, but remembering my good old days. A good word from a teacher takes you a long way. That's what my mom, who is herself a teacher, would say. And a word from teacher, I regard it very high, and I know many out there would do that. So, Masuma, coming this from your dear teacher here, he very proudly said, "My subject mathematics." All the very best, Masuma, and congratulations from Team BMC.
It is not only in the international level, even the local level, whatever the exams. See, for example, the Science India Forum, they conduct, science examination for the children, and the subject, I mean, the curriculum or what they select, the questions are from India and world, the progress in science. Our school participates. With my Bahraini children, we go on and we participated. To my surprise, this year, one of our students, Khalli, I don't remember her name, but she got an A+ in the test, and which the Science India authorities, including me, we were surprised. Come on. The rest, all the winners, the award winners, A+ winners, everyone was an Indian. Because more than half the curriculum is the Indian science development, technology and development. But she has learned and she has got it. So it is not only the international one. We make them participate in every activity, every competitions around the island and international as far as possible. And we do that and they're happy about it. The parents too know about that. And felicitation comes from different areas. We are not a very high flying school, but our focus with my team is always academics.
That's what matters. When you talk about your team, how is your staff strength and what nationalities are they?
We have got around 70 staff, and out of which around 35 are Indians and Sri Lankans and Tunisians and Bahrainis, a few Egyptians, Nigerians. So it's a mixed nationality among the staff, and the parents have, and we recruit them with thorough interviews at 3 stages. When a resume, we get a resume in by mail. We never advertised for the teacher's post, but we get a lot of resume on the mail, in our mail. Then my HR lady scrutinizes, calls them for the first interview. I have an interaction with the candidate. If I feel that she is dedicated and she's kind of qualified, and then she goes for a demo lesson. After that, we have the final interview with 1 or 2 directors, my vice principal, myself. When they pass through all these 3 stages, we decide whether this particular candidate is fit enough to be in the panel. And then the rest of it, it's their life. So this is the stage. Plus, we check upon the BQA. BQA is very popular here in Bahrain. Bahrain Quality Assurance. And they visit every school with an inspection team, and they have a system of teaching, checking on the evaluation part, the teaching methodology, and even lesson plans and everything of a teacher, and that is academic side, plus the facilities of the school. So we follow strictly that, and the incoming candidate for the interview, we check upon that, whether she or he has any idea of this. But otherwise, if the teacher is qualified and smart enough, first we put up for about 2 weeks for thorough training by my vice principal and the team. Vice principal is an expert in BQA. She's the one who deals with maximum the academic side, along with the head teachers. And I appreciate that. And once we are happy, about all of us are happy, the teacher is in. These kinds of promotion is happening with, and BQA last inspection, we got a satisfactory, and we are now aiming for the next year for excellent or even good, whatever.
All the best for your team, because you aim sky, right? And you, hearing from you, you guys are doing a wonderful job. Well, before we move into the other facets of you, let me come back one more question. You must have joined as a teacher, right?
Yes.
Teacher of mathematics.
Yeah.
How long were you a teacher before you stepped into this role of the vice principal or the administrative role? How many years did you teach?
Nearly 15 years.
15 years you were teaching.
Yeah.
Now, for all these years, do you miss teaching?
I do. Even now I miss. I do miss. I started my career as a primary teacher in Central School in Hyderabad. Oh. So, though I was posted as a primary teacher, there was no vacancy in that big school when I got in. I could see all the ladies in one of the staff rooms as primary teachers. I was asked to go there. I didn't know what to do. I was embarrassed in the beginning. That was my first day, second day. But the head teacher of that section, she is an elderly lady. I don't know whether she is still with the school or must have retired. But she comforted me. She said, nothing to worry. We will be sending you initially to leave arrangements and things like that. And then maternity leave vacancy, I got in as a teacher to grade 8 and 9. I started enjoying my career there. Mm-hmm. My children, after the class, I used to play ball badminton with them in the court. They wait after the school hours, they wait for an hour, and then this was going on. And as you know, the tradition, it cannot be broken. And some of the senior teachers, they were pointing a finger at me. You don't go closer to them. This is not the way. I said, ma'am, you as a teacher, a senior teacher, look at my teaching. If you have any complaints, I am ready to accept and improve. This was my career. So went on for about 6 years there, went to Kathmandu, another central school, for 3 years, then to Ambala, then to Delhi, Punjab, and so many places, about 8 central schools I worked. I used to love teaching mathematics. All through, I was teaching only up to grade 8 or 9. Came to Bahrain, took up again, Mr. Bhatt interviewed me, I still remember, in Delhi. It was a kind of a walk-in interview. And the expert in mathematics who was supposed to come from University of Bahrain did not arrive. So he told me, see, one more person will join for interview. And anyway, I will interview you. So he's written a few questions, and then he started. I could feel that he was not a mathematics specialist. We had a chat. Sir, the questions which you ask me, I'm teaching every day. So it's much easier for me. If you want to ask difficult ones, you can. But as such, so we had a very good chat, and then said, so you go to Jaipur, sign the contract and join. This was kind of, I asked him, will you be giving me teaching mathematics in Indian school bar? Nothing else I asked. I wanted to ask that. Are you fond of teaching mathematics? Not any other subject? I said, mainly mathematics. So he agreed, and then I came here in Bahrain. Here too, I went on. Even after becoming a vice principal, I insisted on getting one class of teaching, which I did till I left Indian school. 24 years, therein I taught one class of grade 12 mathematics till I left that. Then I went to Muscat for 2 years. There also I insisted. I didn't have much time there, but still I used to share some topics with the mathematics teacher of that class. I went on. But back in Bahrain, well, I have practically no time to do that, but I still go around when the maths teacher is absent. Recently, last week, I took a lesson, and the children were surprised that, oh, sir's subject is mathematics. Then they came to know about it. So I love, my passion still exists. I miss a lot. Yeah.
Right, you're a true blue teacher. So you came to, which year did you come to Bahrain?
1983, December 17.
Okay, 83. 83 down to 2023. So not just a teacher, you've been part and parcel of the milieu of Bahrain, social, cultural, all the activities. You just mentioned about ball badminton, and my thoughts strayed. I think you are still playing, isn't it?
I'm playing shuttle badminton.
Shuttle
now.
badminton.
That's the difference.
You've always been out there.
Yeah.
How do you look at your life in Bahrain? Tell us about it.
It's a very pleasant, it is, and it is still going on. And I don't spend any time idle. I don't like. After reaching home, after the school hours, when I'm back at home, rest for some time, but evenings I have to come out. Something or other. Usually I go to the Indian club, play and use the gym for a while, and then play badminton. If not, if I don't have a chance on one particular day, but still I am around the badminton court, chatting with the players and watching some matches and go on with that. This is the game which I took up. My game was basketball, but after a certain age, I used to play in basketball with the senior children initially when I came in Indian school, initially many years ago. But later, the summer and the health wise and everything, I just stopped that and then shifted over to badminton. I was playing badminton earlier too, but different, ball badminton to shuttle badminton. And society, a lot of activities.
I think you were also very active with the community initiatives, right?
Yes,
Like the ICRF or previously the CCIA. The
CCIA. And again now with Science India.
Science India.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I'm advisory chairman of Science
Science
Science.
India.
Because we used to, our school in Muscat used to do this Science India. So way back about many years ago, when these people, a group of youngsters, and they approached me and they said, "Sir, we want to start Science India here. We heard that your school was doing that." I said, "Why not? Whatever help I can do, I will." And they came up, we had a discussion and we started this Science India here. Now the volunteers, the youngsters, a group of them, they are at it. They are doing a lot of good work for the students. And the base part, the root of activities, the best part for Science India is we don't collect even a single fill from anyone. No cash collection. Whenever we want to conduct some competition or now the tour, the Science India, the winners have gone on a tour to India now. And all these expenses are donations or sponsorship from good willing people. And we don't. This is the best part of it. That was our basic principle when we started this, which I used to do the same thing in Muscat. I and my team used to do that. And like that, the activity is plenty, but now I've reduced the number because there are quite a few people. But at times when we discuss, my experience I share with them so that can be benefited if at all they need, which I used to do.
Any specific moments or incidents that you remember during your life in Bahrain?
In Bahrain, yes. And my initial days, I had a tough time. And when we are growing, see, I always have an ambition to grow in the same field. I kept that ambition from thanks to my father, who had his vision that every child of his should be well educated. I'm one among 10 in my family. Okay. I'll come to that point. And his vision, I wanted to keep in mind. I went through all my post-graduation. I did my master's in English, master's in maths, master's in history, appeared for IAS exam twice. A lot of things I have done after I got into central school as a primary teacher. What I get, the money, I used to spend for education then. Now when I came here, I felt sometimes when my senior teacher in mathematics, he left and there was a tough competition to take up that position from grade 8, 9 to 11, 12. a very tough competition, some unpleasantness, and I was denied initially. I was almost on the, on the verge of resigning and going out. Kind of, though I know that I can't leave my students, but still, but then some people higher level, they intervened and they gave me back the position, and that was one of the pleasant experience later, but unpleasant initially. Yeah. Other than that, nothing in life. Bahrain, I always had a pleasant life. Good with, the people were good with me, and I too. And I have a lot of Bahrainese friends, both at the gym, this basketball area, the badminton area. So I keep in touch with them and my students. More than that, recently, last month, I met in one of the restaurants in Adilia, about 50 of them, a 1990 batch. And some from Mumbai, some from US, some from Canada and Switzerland, and so many. By seeing these many people and with their families, sometime I was standing at the door. I said, let me first look at you. And because I can't recognize many of you, they've grown up, and they had the audacity to invite me for that. And I was only teacher entering with them. I spent about 2-3 good hours with them, and I can never forget that pleasant experience.
That is the wealth of
They are my
teacher.
treasure.
Yeah.
My students are my treasure, and nothing else. The greatest gift a teacher can get is the respect from the students and the happiness they show when you teach a topic in the class. That
I'm
happy
sure.
with.
I'm sure of that, because I remember your popularity while sharing a short span of my career with you. The students loved you, and so did the teachers. They were all high respects for you, and that, I think, goes back to where you picked your career passion from, that is to be a friendly teacher. No doubt that is Dr. Ravi Warrior with us on Success Statements from BMC Global Live. Let's take a short break.
The 16th branch of Megamart and Macromart supermarkets in Bahrain has opened in Sahala. The best offers are available to the customers at affordable rates. Everyone is welcome. During and around the opening day, a variety of fish including salmon, meat and dairy products, roastery, frozen items, food and non-food items, groceries, fruits and vegetables, electronics, garments and ready-to-eat food items are available to the customers at affordable rates. Hearty welcome to all. Megamart and Macromart, your favorite shopping destination.
Welcome back to Success Statements from BMC Global Live, and with me tonight is the principal of Quality Education School, Dr. Ravi Warrior. So tell us something. You just mentioned you're one of 10 in your family. Tell us something about your family, please.
I'm one among 10. I'm the middle one, sixth one, and 4 sisters, six boys, and all of them are well educated. Thanks to, I mentioned earlier, thanks to my dad and mom. So the father and mother, they had the vision. My father said one statement to all of us. I still remember. Maybe I was studying in grade 6. I can give everything else except the financial support when you grow, because I don't have. Education, that's a must. That I will be after you people to get the best education, how much ever I can afford. When I passed the 12th, my father said, 3 of your brothers are studying in the university. You'll have to wait for 1 year to continue your education. I was flabbergasted. I was so sad about the thing. I wanted to continue. I didn't have any route to go and inquire, because that was the age. Passing 12th and that era, you don't have so many avenues, so many uncles or the good Samaritans to help you out, direct you to the right field. But somehow, when I saw a newspaper, there was an advertisement for Regional Institute of Education. Those days it was called Regional College of Education, where they were calling for admission to BSc Ed, which means BSc and B.Ed combined, which is coming up again in this Modi's new, advancement of education. And it is a 4-year course,
So you graduate in a subject and education
science
together.
and education together. Right from first year, you're learning education subjects, and also you're teaching in a multi-purpose school within the campus. So they had an interview, so they had a written test and an interview at Cochin. So my father came with me, and we finished that. I was selected, so I was put up. 4 years I was there. Father or anybody could not reach up to that because we were going through a financial crisis at home. But they were giving a 60 rupees stipend per month to me those days. I remember those. See, my parents' vision of this education has brought all of them. I was talking about myself. There are 3 PhDs in my family, and 2 scientists, and 3 teachers. This is the education which he aimed at. He must be seeing, the kind of progress which we had from heaven. I'm happy about that. My younger sister is a teacher who retired from Navodaya. She had been a gold medalist in her teaching career for 3 continuous years to bring out the best result in English language. Now she's retired. She's back in Trivandrum, and this is the journey which we had among all these. But it is always a pleasant experience, life experience, to be with the siblings and fight, study, all that. Those days I can never forget. No, not the capsule families now. That's different. Mine is a capsule family. I have only 1 daughter. She always used to say, so you were among 10. Now see, I'm left alone. She used to fight with me in her childhood days. But this is the life which we go through, and then we enjoy that. And now they're all in different areas, Mumbai, Bangalore, and I'm here, and Amsterdam. The 3rd generations have come up. Now, 2 among 10 are no more with us. 2 sisters have passed on. And the remaining 8, all of them, as per the Indian notion, we are senior citizens. Okay. All the 8 of us are senior citizens. Many have retired. Many are still working, like me, still active, working in the same field. Okay. This is my life from there. And then, Mysore, then Hyderabad, then Kathmandu.
So where are you settled? Where is your home?
We almost have settled down in Delhi earlier, but due to high pollution, my wife had some problems. So, by the way, my wife is a retired English teacher from different schools. Here also she worked in Indian school for some time. In Muscat again for 2 years she worked. And she had some problems with this pollution, and then because the pollution was severe. So not only she, many. So we decided to pull out from there and settle in Bangalore. Now we have settled down in Bangalore, in near the airport, Yelahanka area. And my daughter, single child daughter, she is an assistant director with Ernst & Young global side, slowly moving to UK within about few months for seeing green pastures there. Okay. She is moving out. So this is my family.
You have almost 50 plus years of teaching career, and you just took us through there are many out there who still are passionate about teaching, and many little ones say, what do you want to become? They want to become a teacher. But most of them drop it halfway as they grow up. And with due respects, my mother is a teacher. There are many who really don't want to be a teacher, for various reasons. One reason mainly being the pay, of course. The respect is different. You get a lot of respect, but things have changed. Time has changed over the years. How do you look at youngsters wanting to take up a teaching job?
I believe not only in the finance side. I tell them sometimes some teachers, they come up and say that my pay is very less. I'm not able to do justice to my teaching. I said, please don't connect to your teaching and the pay. The passion is more important. You work hard, you earn. But it is not only the money. The best part for teaching is do what you like and like what you do. This is the basic principle. Whenever a teacher comes in, I tell them that. If you don't like a profession, as you mentioned now, some of them, they just come in because they don't get any other jobs. When I say this one, I have about 4 to 5 full-fledged engineers working as maths and physics teacher with me for the last 5-6 years. But when they came in, I felt they have come in because
they could not get another job. Yeah.
But today they have done their B.Ed and they are very successful teachers. They don't want to leave the teaching part of it. This is where I tell them, get in, see whether you like. If you like, you continue. If you don't like, quit. Go for the job which you like it. It is not the money part alone. Money comes in and goes because there are competitions in the huge competition among the private schools. Yeah, I pay 100 dinar extra and I leave out from this particular school. But the atmosphere, you get an environment to teach to the students. That's very important. Life, if it has to pull on smooth with good health and happiness, the place where you work, the environment is very, very important. We as a team try to create an environment so that the teachers and other staff live on and stay on. And we are not that bad in our payment too. We are, but we are not high pay masters. So last year, I can boast and say that I didn't have any teacher leaving my school. Otherwise, every school, at least half a dozen or even more, leave after every academic year. But last year, none of them left. So I can say that I, with my team, we are creating an environment and we do believe in that.
What would be your one-line tip to aspiring teachers?
I have my slogan. I used to tell them even to the students that remember the carpenters and the tailors rule. The carpenters and tailors rule is measure twice or even more, but cut only once. That has a meaning, in-depth meaning, that you can measure many, many times. Before you become perfect, don't jump into conclusion. That's the meaning that. This is the advice I give to the teachers also. Okay, you as a teacher had tough times and many times. Now, I was talking to you that I had faced a challenge in Indian school, Muscat. I think I didn't tell you that. I'm going to say that part. It was a challenge for me when I reached Indian school, Darset in Muscat, one of the Indian schools. There are quite a few Indian schools. This school had a lot of internal problems because main thing was the curriculum. They had a good vision, the Indian schools had a good vision that there should be one Indian school following strictly Kerala's syllabus. But I don't know, when I reached there, I'm seeing Kerala's curriculum as well as CBSE curriculum running parallel in the same building, parallel classes. And I, as a maths teacher or a physics teacher, teaching the first period in Kerala curriculum, grade 10, second period in CBSE curriculum, grade 10. There's a vast difference from one curriculum to another, though both are Indian curriculum, but there is a difference in the teaching methodology and the subject. Some of the chapters you go deep in CBSE, but there it is not. Some other chapters you go in there. So teachers themselves were not very confident. I could observe, though they didn't say that. Then I said, okay, let me try. So I went for a survey from the parents to find out whether they prefer these two or one. 99% of the parents preferred CBSE. Just 5 or 6 parents. But their children too wanted CBSE. So, the parents, when they are adamant, we have to deal with them in a tough way. So, nearly a week, this was my challenge. I did not say the vice principals or the teachers or anybody to involve in this one because I didn't want to give them tension. So I faced them. I had a continuous discussion with these people. Finally, I called their children in front of them in my room. I said, see, in the heart of heart, these children, they want CBSE. And the school was facing, because all the other schools were CBSE schools, and they had inter-CBSE competitions, cultural competition, sports competitions, everything. These people were not invited. And this was only school. That was the worst part. That saddened me. That, made me rise from, somewhere and then say that, no, I don't want my children to suffer. If I'm taking up as the head of this school, I want my children to participate in every... And the children and the teachers were highly talented. Teachers were dedicated to the core. And the children, normal family, not rich at all. I had barbers, carpenters, these kinds of parents who cannot afford even the meager fees which we were charging. Such children, but they are highly talented, good dancers, good sportsmen, but they had no avenues to show their talents. So this challenge, I thought, I will take it. And within 6 months, I said, as per the survey, I'm declaring that this is a CBSE school. I even had some objection from the state. But anyway, they were not severe because I had the proof that the next year, our school children participated in various competitions, even organized by CBSE India. I can say that our children, some of them could get selection from the Gulf, participated in CBSE international tournament there, and they won some prizes. This was the challenge I faced, and thank God, God was with me. I could succeed in that. Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. That was a beautiful evening chat. Can I have your wrapping comments, please?
My advice to all the educationists or aspiring educationists is, be at it. Don't leave. Once you think that, no, this is not my cup of tea, don't think about it, go back. But as I mentioned earlier, do what you like and like what you said. All the best, and my prayers to every one of you. Please come, take teaching as a profession. You are there, you can succeed. Thank you.
Thank you very much,
Thank
sir.
you.
Good night. Measure twice or thrice if you want, but cut once. That was a big message from this proven academician, a very popular teacher, Dr. Ravi Warrier, Principal, Quality Education School, who was with us this evening on Success Statements from BMC Global Live. Until we meet with yet another guest next week, this is Rajiv Unikrishnan signing off. Good night.